You probably read the story, New York Magazine, on Fetterman. There's like an expose on his health. From what you've seen, I mean, you're one of his colleagues in the Senate. Does he seem okay to you?
Yeah, I came in with John, right? And I've traveled with John. I think he seems to be cognitively better today than he was when he first came in as a freshman. So I can't speak to his health as far as, I'm not a doctor and I'm definitely not going to break any HIPAA rules. But it is kind of funny because the way the Democrats act is if you don't agree with them on all their points, they want to wipe you off the face of the earth. And it was just, a few short years ago that Fetterman was like this God sent in Pennsylvania. And he came here and they realized that Fetterman's his own man. He's going to speak his mind and he's going to say it the way that it is, or the way that he feels like it is anyways, and they can't control him. And the Democrats are all about controlling their party. And so if you're speaking away from them, it's doomsday for you. And I think that it sure seems like that this is more of a planted story, but like I said, I'm not a doctor and I definitely don't know his medical history.
Yeah, there's some current staffers that have been talking, but the one that has his name out there is the former chief of staff. Yeah. He used to work for Harry Reid. And so
well, that says enough. Anybody that used to work for Harry Reid now working for a guy like John Fetterman who speaks his mind and isn't just a political puppet, I guess I should say, God rest his soul. But I would say that probably it sums it up enough for you who he used to work for.
Yeah, it's his former chief of staff,
yeah.
Jenelson, and he's out there saying his health is in the way of him being able to do his job. And that's where it seems to be. Sure
wasn't an issue when he was running a campaign because, as I said, his health seemed like it was worse then than it is now. But it seems interesting to me. I don't really, when you really start thinking about John, here's a guy that is going against the norm, and I commend you for it. That's why him and I talk, because I think it's pretty neat that he still is who he is. He has an interesting story with the reason why he dresses the way he does, and the reason why he is who he is, and I respect him for doing that. But for the Democrats to be planning stories like this we shouldn't be surprised because we see it all the time. They eat their own.
And apparently there was some staffers upset that he met with Trump, that he shouldn't have gone and actually had that one-on-one meeting with Trump after the election. But others are saying it was a bipartisan, outreach.
Here's what I would say about his staff. Last time I checked, his name's on the board, and he was elected by the people of Pennsylvania. So they can go pound sand. If they don't like working for him, go find another member because he's the member.